Welcome, collective. Hello, my name is Felicia. This is my tarot channel. I am a human and civil rights advocate. I run a nonprofit in women's health called DIVAS Can Manifest, and that sponsors this free tarot channel. Thank you for being here. Today we're getting into a video topic about a pick a card about what do people assume about you. Okay, this is kind of similar to the first impressions kind of topic, so if I can remember to, I'll link it down below, or you can just search it on the channel. But so this could be assumptions that people make in your first impressions or first meeting. LOL. I'm already channeling from Pal 3. Hilarious. But let's get into it, Pal. You guys, let's get into it. Pal 1, you are the paw print. Pal 2, you are the soccer ball. Pal 3, you are the Dalmatian dog with a red scarf. Okay, let's get into today's pick a card reading. Thank you for being here. Check the description box below to see how you can give back to us so that we can keep our lights on, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pal 1. Welcome to your selection. You chose the paw print. So what do people assume about you? Okay, now I'm getting that I was so wrong about you. I was so wrong about you. Somebody's name that starts with the letter G. I'm hearing Greg, or a letter A, a letter D, S, F. These people, they could be from your class. Okay, these could be people from your school class. Okay, so a lot of these people assumed your social class. Okay, and they assume, a lot of people will assume that you're very wealthy. They'll assume that you're a privileged person, that you're wealthy. They did not know this. Some of you guys, they did not know that you were so disadvantaged. For some of you guys, they did not know you came from humble beginnings, and they just assumed that you had been inherited and that you come from, you know, they just assume about where you're coming from, I think. Okay, I'm hearing that this definitely happened in the introduction, okay, of the relationship. Maybe these were people who, I'm getting it, I don't know, I feel like for a lot of you guys, these are people who met you through your social media account, and so they have been just like making a lot of observations about like your images and videos your style, your beauty. Some of you guys, they see that you know, in their standard, they see that you have a privilege or something like that, and you're in their standard. Okay, they definitely realize something. Okay, they realize something. But these are people who fight too. I'm hearing they fight you as well. I'm hearing these are people who maybe made a wrong assumption about you, and they have been fighting you because they have made up something in their head. They altered the facts of reality, and this was about a wrong assumption that they had. Okay, so we're gonna get more about it. Let's see, what do people assume about you? I'm definitely seeing women of color. Okay, Yemaya. Some of you guys, they could be looking at your zodiac sign. Maybe you are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Maybe these people saw you in the water, or they saw you at the beach or at the ocean, and that was their first impression of you. Some of you guys, they're like, I don't know, something where they may have I don't know, like they may have seen you giving a water birth or giving a natural birth. Okay, and they just, that was like, they assumed that you was very spiritual because of that. They say you very spiritual because of that, right? I think that assumption is right. But let's see, what do people assume about you? How 1. What do people assume about you? I definitely get that this is really about your social class and your security, your wealth, your financial security. And you just keep giving them this strange look because you can just see it. Maybe these are even strangers, like I said, or people who see you in your social media account, and they just, see your possessions, or they look for financial security. And I think you guys are growing a discernment around this. People are literally looking at possessions to measure social class and to measure what they could imagine their home could be like, what they imagine their achievements are in life. And some of these people are dead wrong. I'm hearing some of them be dead wrong about you. Some of them, they project that you have a privilege, and some of you guys are just like, I'm disadvantaged. Some of them are like, or maybe it's, vice versa, and you're just like, stop projecting all of that toxic stuff onto me. I think that people really, I'm getting that, especially because you might look very natural to people. Some of you guys you wear natural hair, or you don't wear a lot of makeup, and maybe you're naturals. Yeah, and you wear like something where you wear like really, I don't know, deep tones, deep colors, deep colors. They're because of your, I don't know, something about your skin color. Okay, we're talking about your skin color. They assume that you have a privilege or something like that. We have father, LOL, lover, poet. Oh my god, what the fuck? So you guys, they're watching a relationship with your lover, a person that you love, a older man in your life that you have a great passion for, and devotion, and unbridled appreciation. And that this person has been talented with you. Like, so, I don't know how this is, what they're assuming. What are they assuming, Frank? What is this? They're talking about, maybe they're assuming that you got this, like, they assume that you have, a lover, a father, or something like that, and maybe you don't. That could be something. But I feel like for most of you guys, what they assume about you is correct. Like, they know that you got a father, friend. They know that you got a lover. They know, friend. They know that you're taken care of, friend. They know. Especially because some of y'all done start getting fat. So they know that means you sitting up eating with your father or something like that. Y'all, your father got a talent. Okay? Something about this man, this man in your life. People are like making a lot of assumptions about that. You know what, before we get into some channel messages, this is so interesting. I'm just having a gag. I'm sorry, let me get focused. I smoked. So basically, yeah, ooh, this is interesting. So I should cover this in the intro, but I'll tell each pal. So when we talk about an assumption is a thing that is accepted as true or as certain to happen without proof. And it was right, friend. They said that this is a thing that is true, and I don't need no proof about it. They look at you, they just assume. I don't think that they know this, right? And I think this is what's so scary about this as well. Is because some of you guys, they think that you're this privileged person, but some of you guys really are not. Okay, but we're going to get some more information. But for a lot of you guys, this is true. Okay, an assumption is the action of taking on power or responsibility. So I think that kind of goes hand in hand with this father and lover that has this responsibility of you. They say that they know that a man has a responsibility of you, friend. Okay. So, I think, friends, like, that a lot of this is, this is happening, friend. They didn't need no proof. They didn't need no proof. So this is interesting. I don't know, like, that's boring. But I feel like you guys can relate to, like, not, I think that for some of you guys, you have unconventional fathers, you have unconventional lovers, you have unconventional poetry. I don't think that, I think that sometimes the dangerous thing about these assumptions is that, like, they can sometimes project that it is packaged in a certain type of way that's dangerous, that could be dangerous to you, right? We have unhealed masculine energy, right? Some of you guys, they can just be assuming that this is divine masculine energy, but it is unhealed masculine energy that is fighting, attacking, offended, aligned with ego, having karmic challenges, susceptible to somebody plotting your downfall is what I'm hearing. Okay, someone's trying to plot your downfall, friend. Okay. I think that you, this makes, like, I think that the assumptions that these people make about you are, that makes them want to plot your downfall. I forget where we left off, Pal One, but I think that, like, this situation is a mystery still, and I think that's why I'm getting stumbled. But I think that this was a very illusory thing. These people have actually been plotting your downfall, okay? These are people who see you with a lover that's like a mature man in your life, is what I'm hearing. A mature man in your life that protects you, gives you gifts, provides things for you, and it's because you are harmonious and fluid. And these people are just rigid, stubborn, and just do not have a harmonious relationship. They don't have a shared value. They don't have, like, I think that these are people who just are aggressive, seeing you have this father that loves you, okay? And it makes them feel really bad about themselves because a lot of them have grown up with single mothers, or they've been really rejected by lovers, and their lovers never provided anything for them, okay? Some of these people are fat, and they see that the kind of lover that you have would not be the kind of lover that they would have. And some of these people, they keep just making the same choices over and over again in life. They keep like, they never lose the weight. They never find the new job. They never do what they say that they're going to do. And that means that no structures ever form for them. Nothing real ever takes place for them. These people are, because they have been so aligned with the ego, it's just that they haven't been able to bring any structures into balance. They're not fluid enough, okay? Like, a man doesn't want to be like you to project all those rigid and toxic hyper-masculine expectations onto them. Like, I think that, like, these are women who are unhealed masculine energies. They have a really, really toxic expectations of what a father should look like and what a lover should look like, and they see that you're so inspired by your lover. You make poetry about your lover, you write about them, you dance about them, you sing about them, you create about them, especially with Yamaya here. They see that you are in a deep bliss with a lover who has been having a talent. When I say talent, a talent for supporting and guiding your life. And they just don't feel like they have that kind of support. And it's because they're unhealed masculine energy. They fight too much, they attack too much, they're so easily aggressive, they can't keep a man around, okay? Nobody want to be around that, right? Aggressive behavior and materialistic as hell. They always asking and begging for something. keep talking, like they never do anything for the fathers, is what I'm hearing, and they're spiritually disconnected. I just feel like something happened where you were given this father, this protection, because you did something with a free and loving heart, and this person helped you without you expecting anything in return. So what they're seeing is a relationship with a man that you have an unbridled appreciation for, devotions for this person. I'm hearing that this person is, you can't even hold back how much you love them, is what I'm hearing. And they see that and they're seeing the talent that they're showing for you, and how that is supporting your life, and how it's been a positive guiding light in your community and your family. They're watching you with your family, right? And they just feel like they don't have masculines to do things like that for them, and it's because they're not fluid, and they're so materialistic and selfish, and so focused on themselves. It's like something where you were connected with this person because you were just like giving with a free and loving heart, and did not expect anything in return, and you were blessed with a miracle, so with a blessing that was so big. And these people saw that, and now they have, like, I think that they were trying to plot your downfall, or this masculine came in your life and saw that somebody was plotting your downfall. Okay, he saw through an illusion or something like that. Okay, and I'm also hearing that, because they see this person in your life that has been representing all this creative energy, they are literally plotting your downfall to see how they can stop, because this is representing a creative energy. Okay, they see a lot of rewards, recognition, success, and fame even. Okay, so this person is wild. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and then we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so I think that this assumption made this person flee from the relationship. Okay, I don't know who this is. This could be a cycle with this counterpart that you're in. Okay, energetic cycle with this counterpart, where it is a cycle to release illusions, is what I'm hearing. Okay, release illusions, especially around a false person that has been plotting your downfall. They might have been committing crime. Okay, and this person is really concerned with, the glamour around all of this. Okay, the glamour, the dance, the music, the theater, the fashion, the glamour, honey, the glitz, the glam. Welcome to Hollywood, is what I'm hearing. Okay, and this person is just, I think that what happened is that, like, I don't know, their assumptions could have been totally wrong, or their assumptions could have been totally right. But there is an illusion in this whole assumption. There was something where it led to a heightened awareness for you, and I think because you realize that you are so big, you're so glamorous, right? You're so Hollywood. So this is going to increase your safety threat. Okay, especially when people know that this involves music, dance, poetry, creative energy. And I think that you and your lover have gone through this cycle of releasing illusions, of things that have been unhealed masculine energy with the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Okay, causing the fire element to be chaotic, and this led to maybe a fight or separation. But I feel like these were representing external threats from third-party attackers, someone who is literally plotting your downfall. Okay, I think that you're very detached during this time, because I think that ultimately you are having fun, but I think that is this making sense? Like, it feels like like you might have the assumption that you're safe, or you might have the assumption that that it's not that deep. but what people see is a creative energy and like glitz and glam. Okay, so this is a heightened awareness for you as well, and for this masculine, this father who loves you, and then you have an umbrella. You're so detached when they flee with this unhealed masculine energy, is because they're on the defense, because they're also getting a heightened awareness around your relationship and what this means. Okay. Yeah, this is really big for you, is what I'm hearing. This person who has been supporting your creativity, and people, this person flees because they are also, this is also scary for them as well. Okay, so but they can't even hold their feelings back, friend. Something where you might be, there's like, they might be in a cycle where they withdraw their emotions, or they be very selfish or something like that, and all you need to do is stay detached, friend, because you already know that this is an illusion of separation. This person is like, they're going off to release defenses. Okay, release defenses, release unhealed masculine energy, because I think that there was just a lot of tension around this. I think that you're moving into calmer waters, but there's been a lot of tension around your glitz, glam, and lover. Okay, and you reaching for the stars is what I'm hearing. They know that that means that you're about to be famous or something like that, or you're connected to a high level of recognition. So this is a new level, is what I'm hearing, and a new devil. And this masculine is just getting prepared for it. I'm hearing getting prepared for a new level for some of you guys. And they need to go release the illusion, okay, that has been making them fighting and attacking. But I also feel like something is like, somebody's working to plot your downfall, okay? And this has been a false person to you and this father in your life, okay? And this cycle where they were aggressive and putting up an illusion, I'm hearing that this was not these you were I'm getting that the assumption was that these people were cool, okay, is what I'm hearing. But the truth is that they're unhealed masculine energy. And some of them are on drugs, addicted to alcohol or something like that. But a lot of this is literally, these people are delusional, literally trying to plot your downfall because they see your life that has nothing to do with them. Okay, so you have a heightened awareness around this situation, and you have, like, I'm getting that this is a new level of defense, a new level of like awareness that will enable you to defend yourself better. Guarding against negative energies, being able to defend against these negative forces. These unhealed masculine energies are delusional. This is not real. Okay. They have been overly competitive or something like that, and they just are not the one that got devoted to. And I think that could be like, people could assume, like, I think people are assuming that people are kumbaya, but there's really somebody plotting your downfall because they see you on TV, or they see you involved in dance music or something creative. Okay, so be safe out there, y'all. Move in silencio. Okay, I love you, and I'll see y'all next time. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your selection. Okay. So you chose the soccer ball. I was getting like that some of you guys, people could just assume that you like sports. Like, I don't know, maybe because of your height or your stature or something like that, they can just assume that you like sports. Like, people might ask you all the time, oh, do you play basketball? Or do you play this, and that? And you're like, no, or something like that. Or they like that. That's just like, I think that you end up getting, I think that when people make these assumptions and they're wrong, they just end up like, I think they like, it makes you very bored. I don't know. I think that they realize that you're like not at all like that they projected something about your physical appearance, and that it was strange to you that they did. Like maybe you'll even show that like it was strange to you that they assumed something. Okay, even if this isn't about sports. Okay, that's crazy because I think this came out in the Juicy Tea. The diamond-hearted bikini. Okay, diamond-hearted, bitch. Okay, I am the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. Okay, I'm getting that right now. You're doing some shadow work, and I'm getting that this is around your sense of security. So I think that people will assume that you're very secure within yourself, but I think that like you are very secure within yourself for the most part, and I think you are very emotionally stable for the most part. But I think that you have just been in a new level or having a new emotional experience where you are connected to a more fundamental truth that lies in the greater reality beyond. And you know that I think that like for example, or not like for example, but just like imagine a like going on an adventure and realizing that there's a totally different walk of life, a totally different experience, a totally different set of culture and values, people who just don't value the same things as you or live like you, okay? And so you probably wouldn't agree on aesthetics. You probably wouldn't agree. You probably wouldn't be comfortable around, you know? Just imagine like such big differences that may challenge your sense of security, okay? Where you may have had beliefs where you told yourself to feel secure within yourself. That was your understanding of reality because that was your limited scope of reality. But you are getting connected to a grander scope of reality and connecting you to a more fundamental truth that lies beyond. I'm getting a lot of higher learning about the greater reality, and this is a period of challenging your security and saying, hey, I understand that these are these more fundamental truths and realities that lie beyond, but I am still my individualized self, and my reality still has value, right? Even if someone doesn't agree with that reality, or if it has value to them, the only thing that matters is if it has value to you, right? So that's really interesting, pal. Pal two. I think that this is a new emotional experience. It's not a existential dread about your physical appearance. It is a deep, like a deep devotion to your spirit. Okay, and that your spirit transcends your physical body. So some people will say, hey, oh, who cares about plastic surgery? The body is, you can't take the body with you when you die, or it's just gonna be a corpse in the end anyway, right? Don't matter what you do to it, right? Or people could say that like um people could say that they like, about their preferences or what they are attracted to, and what they value, right? And I think that a lot of that usually can stem from their convention, what they were conditioned to value, okay? And so it is abusive when people try to deny the value of another reality that's not like theirs, okay? I think that in these assumptions that people are making about you, they might make an assumption about your physical appearance. Like some of this is racial profiling, okay? But they may make an assumption about your physical appearance and may decide that it's not valuable to them, okay? Or maybe they, but by the way that you're dressed, maybe you're not ostentatious, maybe you wear baggy clothes, maybe you're fully covered, you know what I'm saying? And they just expect you to look a certain way. They expect you to act a certain type of way because of what their conditioned within them, and whether they already had placed, they had already made, they already like had made up their assumptions about people like you or physical appearances like you, and say, oh, that doesn't matter, right? Or something like that. Or some of them, they'll project the Jezebel, they'll project something promiscuous onto you. This can happen a lot of different ways. Or like I said, people will see your physical body, or they'll see like it could be attractive to them, and they just will hypersexualize that. And that's like an assumption that they make, is that you would be like, some of them, they make the wrong assumption that you would be sexually attracted to them. Like, some of these people, you're so far out of their league, and it'd be strange that they even got aroused. Like, I think that some of it, like, I think that you will arouse, for some of you guys, you know, you will arouse a lot of people that you don't want to arouse, okay? And anyways, I just think that, like, there's something about your physical body that people will make assumptions about, and you just have differences in lifestyles and values, and they just will not, they will assume something about your physical body that's just not applicable. Like I said, some of them, because of your, they could see you, like, they keep projecting that because you're a tall black boy that you just, you know, you play sports growing up, but some of y'all really just, you know, got two pigeon toes or something like that. Like, they just assume something about the way that you look. Like, stop assuming that black people are into sports. Stop assuming that, like, that they're so strong and fit, or like something like that. Like, they might see you looking athletic or tall, or, and they just be like, oh, that's not what you do. No, I just take care of myself. Or like, it's something where they keep like making assumptions about your home, maybe based on your physical appearance. Like I said, some of you guys are not ostentatious. So I had to check this within myself too. Like, you cannot just assume that people are, you know, are homeless, or that they are stealing. Like, you just can't just assume that kind of stuff. It's like, it's really strange for you to do that as well, is what I'm hearing. And I can say that because, like, I really have not, like, this is a side note, but like, this could be like, I'm really getting a lot of profiling and a lot of sexual harassment, because of your physical body, about what people could be assuming about you, okay? Because they're wild. How to, okay. We have resorting to violence in the name of a cause. We have the storyteller. And we have becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling, and demanding. I think that people could assume that you are being falsely invulnerable. People could assume, especially if you're resorting to violence, because I think that people have gotten violent with you. And so you have resorted to violence, and you don't care how they feel. And I'm getting that you're telling this story, okay? You're telling this story, you're telling a story about an act of violence. And some people, they can see you now, and you're so radiant and regal and physically strong and fit now. Like I said, they project a lot because of the way that you look. Like, I definitely see your physicality being on par, pal, too. Okay, looking very lean. Even if you don't have like curvies, you still can look like very lean and healthy, radiant complexions, beautiful hair, skin on point, you know. And they might see you now, and they see that you are very irritated. They see that you are demanding and controlling and violent in this storytelling. And but I don't think that they see that this hasn't been violence. Okay, this has been something that you're doing for a cause, and you do call the shots, pal, too. Okay, it's not like, you know, The thing is, it's not that their challenging of your authority is valid. It is that it's just that they're never enough. Okay, I'm hearing that they're just never enough. It's not a valid challenge of your authority, and I think that they may see you as Regan, radiant, beautiful, telling this story, skillful, talented, strong body, nice body, good body, body T, right? And they just sit back and like they think that you are not, like they assume that your ego beliefs are not free. Your ego beliefs are very fucking free. You're telling a story about the ego beliefs. But what we're seeing is, what we're learning is that this was not a valid challenge of authority. That this was a rebellion out of conformity and peer pressure, or a rebellion out of anger. Okay? Some of these people literally, they don't see the hardship that you may have gone through, so that you can bring a sense of righteousness on behalf of yourself, because they don't see that this was actually something very oppressive. Okay? So they just assume that you're being egoic and invulnerable and arrogant and cocky, but they really don't even know that you have been massively attacked by an oppressor. Okay? And that this was like, you have to maybe even dismantle this authority. Okay? And they see that it might look arrogant and cocky now. They might see you as having the control, having the power now, right? But they don't know that this was you having to dismantle something false, or you had to stand up. You might have even had to stand up to an authority or challenge an authority, because of something oppressive that they were doing, trying to get away with. And I feel like you got violent and got aggressive and hostile around it. Okay? Because what we learned is that it was not valid, that these people were not enough. They're not fit for, like, it's like they try to like challenge authority, like, and this is just not, that be violent to you is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing something that they do try to, is violent to you. Okay? Some of you guys, they saw you stand up to a boss, or they saw you stand up to a whole organization, a giant tech company or something like that. They saw you tell a story and did it violently. And they saw it, they just assumed that this was arrogant and controlling and demanding. But you letting them know that this was a massive attack, that this was oppression, that this was unjust, unfair, that this was violent to me. So I'm returning that violence, right? Return that violence. Third eye chakra. I think that they actually do, discern something. We have mutual dream. We have chasing a bag. Yeah, what did I say about a CEO or a boss? Okay? Some of y'all, they don't know that this involves you running after money. Okay? Running after some money where somebody, they did something violent, and it was oppressive or obstructed you in some type of way. I'm getting that there is indeed a financial bag. Okay? So whatever you're doing, they might see you as pissed off, but this is truly getting to the bag, is what I'm hearing. Okay? This is truly getting to the bag. I'm also hearing that people, they might make assumptions, I'm hearing that they discern that you have a mutual dream with somebody. They discern something with a third eye chakra awakening, that this is a chasing of a bag. They be like, okay, get violent then. Get violent, friend. Get violent for that bag, friend. Go ahead now. I'm hearing that this is actually a mutual dream with you and somebody, where you have a mutual dream to dismantle this CEO, this tech giant, this person who was doing something oppressive, to bring righteousness on behalf of yourself and on behalf of society, and let them know that you're the true power. Okay? They just assume that this is arrogant and demanding, but this is really a mutual dream, a righteousness on behalf of society. They end up discerning it, friend. They be like, if they sucked into a new sitcom, like they feel like they sucked into a Lifetime movie, coming to see you chase this bag, friend. I say you gonna do whatever it takes to get that bag, friend. Yeah, the Knight of Swords. Somebody getting caught, friend. The bag is getting delivered. That bag is getting delivered. This King of Pentacles, who's in the reverse. They said the CEO is going down, friend. They seen it. They discerned it too. I'm getting the more people, like, I don't know, the more people that you get in looped into this situation, you improve their intuition. They're like, oh my God, that person has been doing something, right? That person have been doing something. With, I'm hearing that this person has been doing something to illusory and have been doing, like, they're getting caught, friend. Whatever this person is, there's this violent thing that they've been doing, they're getting caught. They folding right in front of our eyes, friend. And I'm hearing the bag is, you see the bag? The bag, friend, the bag. You about to get a big bag off of this person. I'm hearing the CEO who you've discerned, okay? This person was a conformist and they got jealous, catty, and manipulative about you. And this person, I'm hearing that they're delusional, for one, to be conforming. But this person I'm hearing that they conformed to plot your downfall. And I'm hearing the truth came out. And all they see you doing now is saying that ever since you bagged this CEO for a crime or something else that they were doing, they said that's you. It's like you're like, that's the really violent one. That's the really invulnerable one. That's the person that's really arrogant, controlling, and demanding, right? It's like you might be doing something to get attention around this. I'm hearing some of you guys you're making some type of political statement, or you're doing something that serves a strong mission, but people might, at face value, it might have the wrong assumption, friend. But I think that ultimately you loop them into the whole story, right? With the storytelling, I'm hearing you loop them into the whole story in a way that they be like, damn, like I can see, that this is actually involves somebody who folding. They see that you took somebody down, friend. Okay, they was like, okay, damn, like they see that you pissed off because this is actually really bad. They're like, okay, they have compassion for you. They're like, okay, I wouldn't have handled it that way, but I still, I got compassion for you because that was actually crazy as hell. Like this, when people get looped into the story after, like they see, they're like, okay, I assume that this was just you being that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like they just assume that you being your drama queen or a prima donna or something like that. But then you let them know that this was actually you having to fight somebody. Like you literally, it's like you had to fight this person, and they were folding. I'm hearing that they folded, and they said that you defended yourself to the bitter end, and like your inner guidance and your third eye was just on top of their ass, and they folded. They couldn't. I'm hearing that this bag was you chasing discernment. I don't know, you grew a discernment around this CEO that has been bogus as hell, or somebody else that has been committing crimes. They see that you and somebody else has had a mutual dream to take somebody down, and that's why they're oh, they seeing it. They're like, okay, this person got violent and crazy because this person was literally absurd, right? They ultimately do see that you've been set free from this situation. And so this is not an ego belief. You know what I'm saying? This is not you being egoic. This is a situation that actually liberated you from your own outmoded beliefs, that made you limitless, boundless, to be able to catch this crook. Like, this was the craziest shit. This is the best story. This is the most juicy tea that could ever fucking happen, because you were actually faced with a lot of shocking truths. I'm hearing that you were surprised by this person who has been, I think that this ultimately challenged you to improve your communication, be able to articulate, to form verbal and written skills around something so that you can put their ass in the pen. Okay, is what I'm hearing. Put their ass in a pen and add tax on the calculator. Okay, add tax because somebody was doing something violent to you and you return the violence. And when they get looped into this story, they realize that you are set free from this situation. Okay, you are. And that's beautiful, friend. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Hi, Pal 3. Welcome to your selection. So you chose the Dalmatian pup. So I feel like these are men making assumptions. Okay, I'm hearing when men see you, friend, they're very shocked. Okay, the men are pleasantly surprised and they immediately are loyal to you. Okay, this is ridiculous because I'm getting that these men, they keep having these. I'm hearing that some of them, they get hard very quick. Okay, what are people assuming about you? Okay, what are they assuming about you? Somebody's name starts with letter R. Who was that? What is that wrestler? Is he a wrestler or a boxer called Rocky or something like that? They could assume that you like to box or something like that. The goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am, Hestia, the goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. Okay. When people they see you and they just know you're a sanctuary. They see that you have a deep inner peace. Okay. People make I don't know what kind of assumptions they could be making about your deep inner peace, but let's get some archetypes and see what else people could be assuming. Okay. And that's why some men could be really happy because they just imagine being at home with you and you being their peace, you being their sanctuary at home and stuff like that. Okay. Some of y'all, they really like your backside. Okay. We have the athlete in the reverse. We have the knight. And we have angel. Okay. So I think that some of them, they might see you and they might really desire you or get aroused by you, or they get really romantic about you. Okay. And I think that some of them, they may assume that you're just going to be false. You're going to be false or invulnerable or entitled or selfish, and you're literally an angel, friend. And I think that this be the pleasant surprise when people realize that you are a loyal, chivalrous, love of honor, that you helping people without expecting anything in return. They were like, oh, I'm so wrong about you. I thought you were, misusing your athletic ability for your selfish ends. I thought you were being falsely invulnerable. I thought you were the false person. I thought that you were the entitled person. And you're like, no, I'm loyal, tenacious. I'm a love of honor. I'm good. I'm good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if these are just friends, you look like people who just see you off the strength, right? They assume that you are invulnerable and entitled. Maybe because some of you guys got a bitch face. Like, some of you guys maybe have a resting bitch face. And they might just think that they might have seen a lot of pictures of you. And they might have seen and then I'm hearing that when they saw you in an interview, when they saw you on live stream, they saw that you were really this angel. And they got really romantic about you, friend. They got really romantic about you because they was like, oh, you're not this resting bitch face that I thought that you were. Like, you're not this, athletic person that's so, that's all up in here doing it for selfish reasons. That you're really this person that's angelic, that's really innocent, that is, that helps a lot of people as well. And they start getting romantic about you because they know that home will be a sanctuary. They know that you'll be a servant, that you'll be cooking meals, submissive. They know that you'll be a love of honor. And I think that really is like, that's so sad, because I think that really be the challenge in romantic relationships these days, is that some people are so damn jaded. They just come around and just assume that you are the false person, or that like they just assume that it'll be negative, or that you would not be a love of honor. And you're like, I'm good. Like, I'm here. I have that conviction. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm an angel. Like, Power 3 is an angel. I think that these assumptions, like, they're actually, like, really pleasantly surprised by how romantic things get with you, okay? How romantic things get with you. How homey things get with you, okay? Yeah, wishing, yearning, and fantasizing. Say, yeah, friend. When they see that you're this angel, they just know that you will take care of their every need. Well, who is this divine masculine? Yeah, this was the divine masculine. I was saying I was so wrong about you, but that was really the black magic. That was really the shapeshifters, the energy manipulators, the people who were projecting your image. Those were the selfish people. Those were the entitled people. Those were the false people who were invulnerable. Okay, those people were pretending to have a beautiful mind. They were pretending to be harmonious. They were pretending to be beautiful spirits and minds. They were pretending to overcome the ugliness of addictions and unhealthy thought patterns. They were pretending to solve problems. They're not really good tarot readers. They're delusional reporters, okay? And they see that you're just this beautiful person that sees yourself the way that God sees you, and that, people might look at you and assume, they might see something different. They be like, oh, that's a false person. That's a privileged person. Like, they be like, oh, you're so bad. Like, and then you're like, no, I'm tenacious and deep and real, right? And I feel like since this divine masculine has been letting go of those wrong assumptions about you, and realized that it was these other people who were fighting and attacking in the environment that were projecting your image. And this was the black magic energy, shape-shifting, energy that has been blocking your divine masculine's discernment. But I'm getting that your beauty has just stood out to them, and they just could not stop wishing, yearning, and fantasizing about you. And they had to just naturally release these negative, assumptions that they made. Like, some of them, they really were trying to stay away from you because you were so beautiful, but you were really an angel. You're like, come here, I'm an angel. Like, I'm literally not what you think I am, okay? And so I think that makes them want you even more now, okay? Realizing that you're an angel, that you never did anything wrong, okay? So your home is a sanctuary, is what I'm hearing. Your home is a sanctuary because you are a pure love. You guys help each other without expecting anything in return. You are a love of honor. You protect each other. You put each other first, okay? After realizing these shapeshifters, okay, that made you miss an opportunity in the past, okay? And I know that may have hurt you guys, because of this wrong assumption actually made them miss an opportunity. And I think that this happened, like, that this was subconscious energy. This was energetic. This was not that this person was out doing something. I just think that they were under some assumptions that made them had illusions and fears, and made them miss an opportunity. But this divine masculine is stable, and this divine masculine is the emperor, and this black magic made you guys miss this opportunity. These people were shape-shifting, trying to block your discernment of which opportunity to choose, is what I'm hearing. But I think that you might have been, you took a leap. You're taking a leap of faith because this person has a stable position in your life, and this is a continuous collaboration. So it's just, I think that even if a opportunity was missed, it was because this could be a spiritual connection first, is what I'm hearing, or that this is literally just I don't know. I'm hearing something where you're the best. So you're the best, and I think that people just assume that because you're the best, that you are this entitled person who does this for your selfish ends. But this is really something that has supported your growth, okay? or, you know, it really has, you know, made you strong and dominant. Um, and so I think by the time you have gotten to this point, these people, they just saw the strength. They just saw you as the athlete. They just saw you as projecting your ideal image of yourself. And that was very intimidating to watch you rise into this dominant position. And, but I think that, like, it could be intimidating because of how it has supported your growth. People would just assume that it reflects you being, I don't know, demanding, controlling, or doing it for your selfish ends. You know, but you're really this stable, authoritative, positive guiding light, and you have a really good intention, strong mission, and like you're really just, you're helping a lot of people. But I think that, like, this I think that, like, this assumption that people make about you, they realize that you're a stable, and they ultimately end up with realizing that you're a stable and authoritative leader. And this could even be your divine masculine as well. When they saw, I'm hearing that, you know, this person, I don't know how you've met this person or the context around the relationship, but this is your home. This person is the divine masculine, and they are wishing, yearning, and fantasizing about you. But I think that their assumptions, they couldn't control, like, their assumptions were their ego, logical minded, survival instinct, right? But I think that what they realized is that you had the erotic primordial power, and they could not continue to justify these assumptions. They were like, this is not what I think it is, okay? This person is not invulnerable, they're not false, they're not entitled. That's my angel, okay? Especially because some of you guys keep doing something for them without expecting anything, or you just keep doing something harmonious and making them feel so romantic, and they're just like, okay, I can't help who I'm, you know, who I'm wishing, yearning, and fantasizing about. And then, you know, these other people who were the black magic, you know, they were distorting the perception. Those were really the people who were the negative and vulnerable people. And they were shape-shifting or doing something illusory to make it seem like that was you, friend. This was the subconscious thing that was going on, a fear that was creating a lack of trust, and, like, inhibiting the earth element, okay? But I think that, like, I think that this was a recent mid-cycle, but this is your divine masculine, and it is just, this person is not going anywhere. The emperor, I'm hearing, that is literally, like, this person is engulfed in your energy 100% of the time, okay? They're very, like, into you. So, like, they're not, you have the dominance in their life. So this is just naturally, just keep on going about your, you know, your flow, friend. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know, this situation, you are divine. Look what, especially when I split the deck, divine feminine, divine masculine. Yeah, this is situation. I'm hearing that it just is about more divine timing. So just, as divine feminine, trust the sacred flow, friend. I love you so much. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.